Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Hortensia Carty.
All right, so, did you have breakfast this morning?
I did. You know, I had some sardine in water. I mixed it up with a little lime and pepper, and I had my salad on the side, and that's it.
Oh, lucky
Lovely.
you. Okay,
What about
apparently
you?
this is my breakfast, and I've been told ever since I got here that this is nothing more than grass water because it has no sugar in it. So apparently hot tea without sugar is just grass water. And I'm happy to have it. All right, so have you ever thought about why they call it breakfast?
Yeah, because we're breaking the fast.
That's
We're
exactly
sleeping
what
all
I
night.
thought. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. So we're breaking the fast.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to find out. Okay,
Look at
that's it. This
that.
is me getting quizzical, and
Yes.
it's early in the morning, so here we
Yes.
go. Other facts about breakfast, apparently, Hortensia. Yeah.
So breakfast boosts our energy levels and alertness, and we all need an extra boost of energy, especially this early in the week. So eat breakfast.
Or, here we go again.
Drink some grass water.
Drink grass water. That works too.
We begin now on the local scene. Dr. Cameron Wilkerson confirms recent COVID-19 related death. This from Wind Media. St. Kitts and Nevis has recorded its 44 COVID-19 related death. Dr. Cameron Wilkerson, Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph and France General Hospital, confirmed on Saturday morning, July 9th, that an elderly, unvaccinated woman passed away within the previous 24 hours. Wilkerson stated, and quote, "This drives home the point that COVID-19 is still out there, that it is still a threat, and we need to give ourselves the best protection by being vaccinated," end quote. The St. Kitts and Nevis COVID-19 situation report dated Friday, July 8, 2022 at 6 p.m. shows that there is an additional COVID death on St. Kitts, bringing the total to 37. At current, there are 163 active cases in the country, 27 of which were reported in the previous 24 hours. According to Wilkerson in a previous conversation with WinFM, and quote, "The COVID-19 recoveries over the past few months have been tremendous. Within the last 24 hours, 50 recoveries were recorded. The total number of confirmed cases in St. Kitts and Nevis is 6,293, and 6,086 of those cases have recovered." So that's good news.
Yeah, it is good news. Still unfortunate that we are seeing deaths because of this,
Yes.
especially in the older population who perhaps for health reasons cannot be vaccinated. So it remains for us to be vigilant as well.
Indeed.
All right, so moving on to our second story. Division places first and third in regional and international bodybuilding competitions. Tony Nisbet, a female bodybuilder from Highview Terrace, Prospect Estate, St. John's Parish, Nevis, earned first and third place in the 2022 IFBB Florida Classic on June 26, 2022. Tony won first place in the Master Women's Bikini over 35 years category and placed third in the Open Women's Bikini category. The lineup consisted of 6 beautiful and fit young ladies from Venezuela, Canada, and the United States. Tony was pleased with winning her category, but she fell short of her ultimate goal, which is to win the professional card to become a pro athlete. In order to win this, Tony would have to place first in the Women's Bikini Open category, but fell short by placing third. The following weekend, Tony journeyed to St. Martin to compete at the IFBB Inter-Island Bodybuilding Fitness and Physique Championship, which was held there on July 3rd of 2022. Tony placed third in the Women's Bikini Short Class category. Tony is happy and proud of her 2022 bodybuilding season and grateful for every opportunity to grace the stage to try to achieve her goal. And all I have to say to that is look at Tony go.
I know. Congratulations, Tony.
I think she is performing phenomenally,
Yes.
and she's got her goals, so she'll continue to work at it, as we all do in life anyway,
yes.
but we are very proud of Tony indeed.
Jamie might be reporting on me next. Look at that.
I might be reporting on you next. Is this breaking news? Did I miss that caption earlier today? No.
We continue now. This from Wind Media. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is advising individuals and groups to seek permission to hold public meetings. During last week's edition of Policing with You, Inspector Carl Greer of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force informed the public on the penalties and other prohibited behavior related to the hosting of public meetings. With another national general election in the near future, public meetings are occurring more frequently, and according to Inspector Greer, some individuals and groups are not adhering to the law as outlined in the Public Meetings and Possessions Act of St. Kitts and Nevis, Chapter 19 and 10. A statement from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force stated, since the House has been dissolved, individuals and groups have been having a number of public meetings and they are not going through the proper or right channels to hold these meetings. Hence, Commissioner of Police was advised, and based on what he was advised, he has written to the individuals and groups involved, asking them to do the correcting, the writing, and follow the proper procedures for them to hold a public meeting. So folks, please have it here.
Well, I mean, he's, how do I put it, in local parlance, they've been told. That's
They
one of the
don't
things
hear.
that we said. So
They don't hear about
that's
that
a local parlance. So they are
exactly.
going, hopefully, to, well, not hopefully, I imagine, you know, they're going to adhere to the rules. Sometimes you just need a little reminder.
Indeed.
All right, so we're taking a look at our weather. It's going to be partly cloudy and hazy with a 30% or low chance of showers, a high of 91 degrees. It's very hot, and low of 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And with that, we take a look. Look at that. I was waiting for the weather alert. You know, you never know. You never know what pops up on the screen from one second to the next. So it looks like we're in for a few thunderstorms. At least I'll be inside. Hopefully you guys outside can take some cover if you are out there. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned, everyone.
Hi. If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis. Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue now with the latest in regional news. David Rudder, Surviv, received CARICOM order. This from MPE. Calypso revolutionary David Michael Rudder of Trinidad and Tobago and former West Indies captain and batting sensation Sir Vivian Richards of Antigua and Barbuda were among 4 recipients of the prestigious Order of the Caribbean Community, the OCC, at the opening ceremony of the 43rd regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM in Paramaribo, Suriname last week. Recipients also included former CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque of Dominica and former Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Barbados, Dame Billy Miller. They join a cadre of distinguished persons who have been honored with the award. First conferred in 1992, the award is given to Caribbean nationals whose legacy in the economic, political, social, and cultural metamorphoses of Caribbean society is phenomenal. Wow, congratulations. Quite an honor indeed.
Yes. Sir Viv was a great cricketer. David Rudder, an accomplished calypsonian, so they deserve it. They both deserve it.
I can listen to his music right now, actually. Can we do that? Maybe watch some cricket as well?
Yeah, we can do that. We
Look
can do
at that. Wow, amazing.
Cricket
Indeed.
is transformed. Huh? Nobody in cricket look like that anymore. We continue now with international news. This from Sky News. 4 more conservatives have entered the Tory leadership race to replace Boris Johnson, while the bookies' favorite Ben Wallace announced that he would not be standing. 4 more conservative ministers of parliament have joined the Tory leadership race, widening the field of 8. Naeem Zawi, the newly appointed Chancellor, Grant Shapps, the Transport Secretary, and ex-Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt and Sajid David all announced their bids on Saturday. Earlier in the day, Ben Wallace, who was the bookies' favorite to succeed Mr. Johnson, said he would not be standing. 8 Tories have now thrown their hats into the ring, including Rishi Sunak, the former Chancellor, unveiling his bid. Mr. Zawi, who was born in Iraq and came here at age 11 without a word of English, said he would steady the ship and stabilize the economy. Mr. Shapps, meanwhile, said he wanted to make the economy the biggest in Europe by 2050. You sound like Donald Trump. He wants everything big, big, big.
Well, at least he didn't say big, big, big. We know Donald Trump is a master of repetition.
guess.
Boris Johnson, I'm sort of sad to see him go, though, I have to say. But
He's run his course. He's conceded to what the people want. He's just going to leave in peace and collect his big check.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it for the latest. We do advise that you stay tuned. You know, we always have plenty, I must say enough, extra here at Good Morning SKN. So see you after this.
I'm here to say St. Kitts, Nevis, with the name for us I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface of the places to go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. and boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mass up, feel out, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise, mass up, feel out, sanitize. Me family fitting boat and you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nivision to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love St. Kitts bad. Easy no man.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one safe. Kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up. Yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Alright. Cause I love you. Brother, my sister. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. So here is the question for you. Have they come to visit you yet? And no, we're not talking about invasive alien species. We are actually talking about election campaigners. Well,
No,
we're not talking about
you're
election
not
campaigners.
talking about-
You know what? I got my signals crossed because they're all on the street, but they're not here today. And those are not the people that I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, invasive alien species election campaigners. No, we're talking about the census enumerators. Finally, let's set the record straight. So today we have invited Carlton Phipps, Director of Statistics, and Cornel Williams, a social statistician in the Department of Statistics and Deputy Census Officer with responsibility for field operations for the population and housing census to come in. So he's going to tell us if you have been cooperating with the enumerators or not. Uh-oh, somebody's not going to be on Santa's good list this year. The last time they were here, of course, they were talking about preparations being made, and now the census is actually taking place. So welcome back to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
And again, I see no election campaigners.
No, no, no.
All right, so has the public been cooperating with the enumerators? Yeah.
And no, he looks like he has a no to that.
Good morning again. Well, indeed, thank you for this opportunity to come back here again and to speak to y'all and speak to the general public. Certainly, be out in the field, pushing on with the work. My colleague here, responsibility for field operations, provide a little more update in terms of how things are going in the field. And I'll come back in later.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. I hope all is well. Yes, there has been cooperation, and we are very much grateful for that. The majority of persons, when we've come to their houses, they've welcomed us. Willingly or not, they've welcomed us, and they've answered the questions. Unfortunately, there have been that few persons that would have said, no, I don't want to, I do not wish to, and we would have had to be persuasive in getting them to respond. So slowly but surely we're getting there.
Part of me is wondering if they're actually confusing you with the election campaigners, but that's a story for another day. Because this is an interesting season to be on the street anyway. And yeah, both election campaigners and census enumerators have come to my house. So I understand the signals are being crossed a little bit, but grateful to hear of the cooperation.
Why do you think the public is not willing to cooperate, although we try to educate and sensitize them to the importance of the information?
You want to take that one on me?
Go ahead, do that.
There's two parts. Of course, there's the concern about, as we said, the field being crowded. You have persons coming as canvassers for political parties. You've got pollsters actually in the field as well. And you have us as the census enumerating public. Generally, persons are reluctant to give what they consider to be personal and private information. And especially so if they feel that this information will not be held as personal and private. So what we are trying our best to do always is to assure and convince them that in fact everything they tell us is personal and private and would never be divulged, expressed, except with their own personal consent and directive.
All right, so for clarity, there are questions on that form that persons can choose to answer in detail, or persons can choose to answer generally, or perhaps not provide information about, but you still give other information, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there is really no concern, I would say, because persons get to choose what they divulge. All right, so what about the myths concerning census enumerators? Have there been, people saying, certain things that not to be true that you hear all the time?
One that spans every census that I've been a part of, and even before I became involved, is that it's for tax purposes mainly.
Oh.
They do not need us to conduct the census to decide to tax you. If the government wishes to tax you, they'll tax you. But what we do is to inform both the public and the administrative sector as to what's going on in the country. Informed decision making is better than haphazard decision making, so it benefits everybody.
Right. Interesting myth, though.
Wow. Never thought of it like that. So that's something new that I learned today. So viewers, let's take a look at this video produced by the Department of Statistics and see if it busts any myths for you.
Hey Barbara girl, what you doing?
I am collecting data for the population and housing census.
The population and housing census? What's that about?
The population and housing census is the collection of data on the people and housing conditions in every community on the island. The data collected is necessary to facilitate decision making, which aim to improve the quality of life of our people.
So you all aren't tired of minding people's business? I know people are concerned about their information getting on the road.
Girl, I can assure you that we are not minding anybody's business. The information I am collecting is confidential under the Statistics Act. I declared an oath of secrecy that could result in criminal penalties if I disclose any information. The same goes for persons working for the Statistics Department.
Okay. I hear you. So you all must collect data from everybody on the island?
Yes, of course. Everyone counts. We will visit every household. The information is important for government's plan for housing, healthcare, and education services. And the information is also useful for the expansion of business activities.
Oh, really? I didn't think of that.
Shauna, let me ask you something. Why do you think that people in the community next door got indoor bathroom facilities added onto their homes some years ago? The results of the last census provided government with a picture of their situation, and the government put a plan in place to help those persons who were in need.
Hey, Barbara.
That with all of these advertisements and all of these education, that the public is fully educated to answer your questions and deal with you differently?
It helps. I don't know that I can say fully.
Okay.
Because you don't know how many persons would have actually viewed or listened. But I can say it has helped greatly. Response rate generally is much improved and making good strides.
Okay. So how much of the population have you managed to cover in both St. Kitts and Nevis?
Approximately 60% at this point.
Oh, nice. So you guys are getting along.
It's the last 40% that is always the hopeful side.
And I have one more question. How much of the answers do you believe is the actual truth that you're getting from us?
Much of it.
Trust in your fellow man.
Trust, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we believe that with the work that we have put in with the enumerators in terms of training them, we believe that we have provided them with enough information, skills that they need in terms of explaining each section, each question to the person so that they would respond truthfully to the questions. So we think we're in a good place when it comes to that.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
All right, one last question for you. When it comes to those questions that people perhaps refuse to answer, do you collect data on that part that might be left blank? Is there a question that a lot of people tend to refuse to answer generally?
If I were to select one, it's regard to income. But we've negated that by showing them that it's not a direct figure we're asking, but we're asking for a range. So we don't want you to give me down to the dollars and cents, but we give you groupings and we say which one would you fit into. So we try and be mindful of the fact that you don't want to be too personal.
Fair, very fair.
All right. So we'll be back in a moment to continue this discussion on the census and you. Stay tuned, everyone.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN as we continue our discussion with Cornel Williams and Carlton Phipps. So, gentlemen, when do you think the collection of data will conclude? Mr. Phipps? Cornel's looking at you.
Yes. We would have initially said the end of July to complete the data collection. But given the other activities that are going on, some persons are difficult to get because they're either out canvassing, campaigning, or go attending meetings. That has been a bit of a challenge. Also with our enumerators, the amount of time that they have to work in the evenings, probably from, let's say, from 5 to 7, is very limited in terms of the numbers that they can cover during the weekday. Of course, on the weekend, they're able to do a bit more. So we have been encouraging them as much as possible to really try to push on with the work, but we do understand the limitations. And most important for us is the safety and security of our enumerators. So we don't want them out the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock because they're pushing to get their work done. We want them to be safe while at the same time getting the work done. Yeah.
But I just had this genius idea that if we can send a few enumerators amongst the, what do you call it, amongst the campaigners, amongst the meetings, and we collect information there, they will be willing to give it back. Maybe,
Confidentiality. Yeah, we want to have that. Yeah, we want to have that private
my bright
space.
idea count. All right,
And it might actually backfire.
But thanks for the thought anyway.
All right.
Maybe perhaps that would be a good way to touch base with them to get them to set up the interview.
You see that?
So you see, it's not bad.
Okay, yes, we see that. We see that. Yeah. So when we talked about the percentage, you did mention that the last 40% seems to be an issue. What percentage, by way of recent censuses that we've had, would normally be an issue for you as in not answering questions?
To be fair, when it's all said and done, we do get some 97% coverage and response rate in some way, shape, or form. It's simply taking a bit longer right now, in part because, like I said, there are so many things going on. But this 40% will get covered. We are confident of that.
All right, so are you willing to make any projections as to that end date now, since we are at the end of July? Or will you be modest in your answer and say you'll continue?
Well, so despite all the other activities that are going on, we have decided that we're going to push on with the census activities. We were having some discussion back and forth about the possibility of pausing for some period of time, but we recognize the fact that we pause now. When do we start again? So we are pushing on as much as possible. We recognize that in between some periods we may be going a bit slow, but we want to push on. We will not be able to complete it by the end of July, but we're hoping that we can complete it by the end of August. We're hoping, and well, not just hoping, we're working towards that, actually.
So gentlemen, after the completion of the census, what is the next step with the data you would have collected?
It will be the completion of the field aspect of census, but then comes the in-house part of it in terms of data cleaning, and then the tabulation, etc., so that you guys can have reports in the public domain, so you can know what we found out, what the result of the census is, because the key aim of a census is to inform. So next step, clean and compile.
For those persons who may not understand clean, can you expound on that a bit?
In as much as we would have gone into an electronic version of census, tablets, and a computerized process for data capture, there will be some issues and some errors there. We have to confirm and correct as we go along, so that we have as clean a bit of data going in, so that when we compile these tables and we represent it back to you, the public, we can say with confidence that it is true and correct.
All right, so in terms of the processes that you're going to use to review the collection of data, we talked previously about the fact that this is the first time that the enumerators would be using devices such as this. So I imagine that part of your process internally would be looking at the overview of the process and coming up with ways perhaps you could address pitfalls and so on. What can you tell us right now that you might, at least in the preliminary phase, be looking at to discuss that?
Ensuring that all persons understand fully the processes involved, we using the software and the tablet. It's somewhat different from simply pen and paper, and the transition for some persons was not as nice as we would have liked. However, we took time and we were able to get them on board and get them fully capable to do the job. But we just want to make sure everybody is tech savvy, because that's the reality we face now.
Absolutely right. So let's talk about the ratio of enumerators to staff at the statistics department. So you look for volunteers, if I'm not mistaken, outside. Do you have any statistics for us? Which is a weird question, I know, as to how many people volunteered, because the person who came to my house, I know for a fact that she does not work full-time with you guys.
The vast majority of enumerators and supervisors are actually non-staff, in that because of the sheer numbers that we need. We had to outsource a lot of it, and it's actually not volunteering, they are compensated for
yes,
their work.
Okay, I stand corrected.
I thank them for volunteering, but they are compensated for doing that work.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, gentlemen, we want to thank you for coming by. Before we go, though, I think there was a big picture question that I had to direct to Mr. Phipps. So the big picture, Mr. Phipps.
Big picture. The census data is one of our key data sets that make available information for planning, policy making. And we want persons to understand that the data is not just a matter of collecting data and say, well, the population of St. Kitts is this, population of St. Kitts is that. But this information is important for decision-making processes. So when we boast of St. Kitts Nevis having a high GDP per capita, St. Kitts Nevis have a high Human Development Index score. I think we are among the top 5 in the region among 189 countries around the world. I think we rank somewhere 74 of 189 countries. We didn't just get there by chance. We need data so we can plan properly. Our government can plan properly, that businesses can make use of opportunity, so that we can better grow St. Kitts Nevis. We can promote the sustainable growth and development of St. Kitts Nevis. But I would like to end by basically thanking our enumerators and supervisors, and even our office staff, not forgetting those, for all the work they have been doing in the census. We have come a long way in terms of where we are in the data collection process. There's still a lot more work to be done, But we want to thank everyone for their full support to the process. Also to households, for those persons who have not provided their details yet because we probably have not reached them, or they kind of think that it is not important. I would say, as JFK said in his inaugural address, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. This is your opportunity to contribute to the development of your country. Thank you.
So, gentlemen, thank you for coming and updating us, and once again, educating the public on the importance of the census. And when it's completed, yes, we would like you to come back and let us know.
Certainly.
Thank you very much for having us.
About the data that you collected. So thank you once again. Viewers, stay tuned. Much more after the break.
The continued fight against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup. We are salt smart.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Last week, the Alliance Française de St.Kitts and Nevis announced the start of its French tour guide Young Ambassadors program. To tell us about it, we have the pleasure of speaking with Marine Marcoux, Director of the Alliance Française de St.Kitts and Nevis. Marine is joined by two students who are part of the program, Ivana Liddy and Shane Thomas from the Immaculate Conception Catholic School. Welcome, ladies, to Good Morning SKN. How are we doing this morning? Am I saying your name right? Yes. Okay, just making sure. All right, so I will begin with you, Marine. What is the intention of this program?
Well, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
We are really excited. This is a good opportunity for us to show what we are doing at the Alliance Française and also to get the girls to get exposed to other experiences as well. We are having a program, the Young French Ambassador Tour Guide program. This is a program we proposed to the Ministry of Tourism and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, who are the two institutions funding that program. The program is for 10 students of the Federation of St. Kitts. And we have been in partnership with the Ministry of Education as well to target some students who are interested in French, motivated in French. So it was in cooperation with the principals of the schools, public schools, private schools, of the secondary schools of St. Kitts, and to target 1 or 2 students who are interested, and then the selection was made this way. This is how we got 10 students part of that program, and we started last week.
All right, so, well, it's all about you. Congratulations, first of all, for being selected.
Thank
so
you.
let's start with you, Ivana. What piqued your interest in the program?
Well, I like the languages, Spanish and French. So when I heard about it, I was excited and it sounded fun. And I was like, it's a better way to improve my French. And it would help me figure out more and find out more about the tourism sector. And it would help me to get a job in the future.
Oh, so you're thinking smart. I love it. And Shane?
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity as I really love the languages as well. Okay. French is a really great language for me. It piqued my interest. It sounds great, to be fair. And it helped me learn more about the tourism sector as well. And I was just really excited when I heard I was chosen for it. It was really a pleasure.
So I hear tourism. Are you ladies going to another island, or is the other island visiting St. Kitts?
So the entire program is about training young students from schools who are learning French already, who have already a minimum level, A1 level, to be able to interact with tourists. So it's actually being able to be assisting the taxi drivers, the tour guides, and being new workers, being able to have skills in French, to be able to welcome some French tourists, for example, when they come to the island, get some tourists from Martinique, Guadeloupe, even from France, to be able to assist them in, let's go to visit that beach or to this monument, historical monument, and for all of them to get the skills to be able to interact with them, to suggest some itineraries, to assist the taxi drivers, the tour guides. It's about giving them also opportunities to put a fit on the tourism industry to see if they like it. And if they like it, they start very young. So it means they're going to be very experienced.
Yes, because Yvonne is already thinking about her job. She's tunnel vision right here.
I think it's a great opportunity, and I love the way that we see the organizations coming together. We're talking about education, the Alliance Française, and of course, tourism, the tourism sector. It's very important to have you be part of that collaboration. What are you looking most forward to? Let's start with you, Ivan.
Talking to other people, like being introduced to other people and learning about their culture as well as teaching them about ours. I think that would be like amazing.
I love the enthusiasm and the passion in her eyes.
Well, I'm thinking about meeting new people as well as showing them around the island. I think it'd be a great opportunity to speak to them and actually learn more and teach them about St. Kitts and about the monuments.
Madame Marie, I'm getting the sense that this is a practical component. And what else can we expect from this program? Obviously, we have 10 students now. Long term, what are your plans for it?
Well, long term would be nice to have that every year, to be able to set up a pool of young workers who are being able to have possibilities to welcome the French tourists on island. Might not be the majority of the tourists of the island, the French ones, but they are the ones who don't speak English. So, so they are the ones that need an intermediary between St. Kitts and them. So to be able to welcome them, and they will feel a warmer welcome to the island. And this is why the Ministry of Tourism was really optimistic and very enthusiastic on getting that suggestion, and we are working together, and we are hoping to be able to develop all of other programs this way, because this is reinforcing the skills of our youth, of the youth of St. Kitts and Nevis, and also providing new type of services, anticipating for new type of services for the future when they're going to be professionals, but also they can start to be working here and there, weekend little jobs, etc. It can be a very good start of experience. It can be a side experience. They can be working on another field, in another profession, and providing some sort of expertise in the French language and tourism, or they can become tourism professionals. It's about opening opportunities and opening the horizon for them. And as they say, it's also personal skills. It's about being able to meet other people. When you learn another language, you have other opportunities to develop other type of personalities.
Yes, indeed. So we are a federation. Is there a similar program in Nevis?
It's the Ministry of Tourism of St. Kitts and the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. Okay. For now, we have been. I think the offer has been on both islands, but for now we have We have 1 to 2 students per school, but mostly right now the one we have is from St. Kitts and from public and private schools. Today they are from ICCS, yes, but another show we're going to have other students from other schools, of course, representing the entire island.
Well, I have to say, if I had tour guides, and I couldn't speak a word of English, and I had tour guides with your energy, I would feel very welcomed. So I'm glad that you were getting this opportunity, and you're also being ambassadors for our nation as well. So we appreciate what you are doing. We'll be back in a moment to continue this discussion. Stay tuned, everyone.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are speaking with Maureen Monco, Director of Alliance Française de St. Kitts and Nevis. Or should I say St. Kitts et Nevis? No idea. It's French, ET. We're working on it. We're working on it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Go Green project. Maureen, what can you tell us about that?
Yes, 2 years ago we have applied to the UNDP fund, Jeff Small Grant Project, to create an Alliance Verte. You remember your colors in French? You
yes.
Remember? So vert is green. Yeah. So the Green Alliance. So we have done a transition of remodeling our center into the first phase was the plumbing system. We had issues getting the water. Well, sounds familiar, right? So yes. We had issues getting the water. So in terms of sanitary conditions for our students, we were really facing some difficulties. So we had an entire new plumbing system with a very low consumption of water and a water tank. So that is securing the access of water for our center. That was the first phase. And the second phase is installing solar panels. So we are having solar panels on our roof. The installation is still getting finalized, but it is a great change for our centers. We realize how much consumption we do, and we realize that how much the sun can help us on that. And it's a great transition. We are really happy to do that, and this is thanks to the program UNDP. Jeff Small Grant program, and this program also includes a lot of partnerships. So we got donations from private individuals. We got partnerships with the National Youth Skills Program, who are getting trained while with the contractor in terms of learning about the solar panels, and it was the same learning about the plumbing, new system of plumbings, etc. So this has been an entire project. We are on the second phase. We are jumping to the third phase that will be about upcycling, so material, furniture, etc. And this is the program of bringing the Alliance green. If it's not greener. But the Alliance already is in Greenland, you know, so
exactly.
like we have
it's
like
green
already,
all over.
it's green all over. But it's about reducing our consumption, reducing our impact on the environment as well. We are a center. We have lots of classes, lots of individuals coming either for cultural activities or classes, and it's also a good exposure for our students to see other types of building, other types of consumption.
Yes.
Especially in this environment, and you're absolutely right. And I will never forget now that it's in Greenland. Thank you for that.
That was a good one. So on Thursday, the 14th July, the Alliance Française will be celebrating Bastille Day. Tell us about the celebration and its origin.
Alors, Bastille Day, in French, we call it the 14 Juillet. It's on the 14th of July, but we don't call it Bastille Day. It's only in the English countries that it's called Bastille Day. Well, it's the shortcut from what happened on the 14th of July.
Oh, okay.
We call it la fête nationale du 14 juillet, the national celebration.
Yes.
Bastille Day, it was a major event in Paris. It was La Bastille. It was a prison, actually, when we had political prisoners and under the Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
And the king was having a bit too much privileges, and the population started to suffer from taxes and famine, etc. So the tensions were rising, and this is how la prise de la Bastille happened. The take of the Bastille, it was just the start of the revolution, actually.
Okay.
So that is a major event in our history that led to the French Revolution and then to the history that we know, but that is our national day now, so the 14th of July. This is the opportunity for us at the Alliance to have an event, and we are having that every year. Well, considering COVID, the two past years that we erased from our memory, that didn't happen, right? So this is an event that we usually celebrate every year, but we are happy to have it again. And it's going to be on Thursday at the Alliance. So we decided to have it at the Alliance as well, considering the transition that we are doing for our center, also to bring some more exposure for our members, the general public, to see what is going on, because we can't see much the solar panels on the roof. They're a bit too high, but you know, it's an opportunity to bring a bit more awareness to towards the center. And we're going to have a jazz soul concert with Dennis Gordon. It's going to be on Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Alliance Française.
Ooh, so very nice. All right, and I understand the fundraising cocktail, is that part of the activity as well, or is that something separate?
It is a fundraising cocktail because we are still a non-profit organization. We still have to develop projects, and to develop projects such as the Young Ambassador Program, such as our classes, our cultural activities. We still need to have fundings always to be able to sustain our activity. And so it is a fundraising cocktail. This used to be our major income for the year as the fundraiser. The COVID changed a bit the way, but we are hoping as well to have a lot of people coming to support the Alliance and our dynamic, and to keep our dynamic active. So it's from 6 to 9, so that's how it's a cocktail. It's not a dinner, it's like just a little light concert with wine and food, finger food.
Finger food.
But finger food, you know, in France is cheese. We cannot go out of cheese. Like if we do a French event,
yes,
we are expected there. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to be some French cheese, some cold cuts, some baguettes, and we have some sponsors who are helping to promote, to provide these products, so Mix Italia and Island Bakeries.
Ooh.
So there's going to be some nice products from France and nice wines and a nice concept.
Yes, indeed.
So,
everything sounds well put together and all nice. Yes. So.
And what about the tickets? Costs and tickets?
So the cost is 150 EC for the non-members, and if you're a member of the Alliance Française, it's 130. Membership for the Alliance Française is 50 EC for a year. For an individual.
That is affordable. Yes.
So then you get informed about all of our activities, and you get to support our institution on the long run.
So is there some place that you sign up for the tickets, or we just?
You can contact us at 465-9415, 667-9019 on WhatsApp, on by calling, Facebook, anything. You can come to Alliance. We are welcoming you if you are willing to come and support.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much, Madame
Merci
Marine.
beaucoup.
It's been our pleasure.
Indeed. Thank you very much for having us this morning.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. All right, we'll be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
Good morning, SKN. This is Lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes.
Mommy, Uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami I come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see, Sammy.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You can lower your salt intake by reducing salty foods, removing table salt, and using salt alternatives when cooking.
cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Yoshini voice representing for Good Morning SKN. We say good vibes, good energy, blessings and love. Voice rated.
Welcome back to GMSKN. It is time for us to loosen up. So if you've been watching for a while, then you know that Hortensia and I have tried to solve riddles before. And you also know that, among other things, that didn't go too well. So here's a proof for you.
They literally have proof on it.
Filled with people, it has not sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on that boat. Why? It's a mirage?
Because they're boat test dummies? I don't know. What am I going to say here?
The boat turned somewhere. The boat changed directions?
Because you were dreaming?
We went snorkeling, Mike, me and Jamie.
And all the people got off and decided to go snorkeling as well?
The boat is now on the horizon, so they're too far out for us to see. Oh my God, who would have guessed that they got married on the boat? These... You see a boat.
There it is again. That look is priceless. I was just remarking to Hortensia off camera, and you got it again. I was like, the look on my face, and there it is again.
Yeah.
Did anybody else get that riddle, or did anybody else think that riddle was really a riddle?
If the viewers got it.
There we go.
The authentic look.
There we go. It's like utter confusion.
Utter confusion.
All right, so in an attempt to redeem ourselves, we are actually getting that chance to redeem ourselves, and I don't like the setup because, you know, generally when we say we're going to redeem ourselves, it goes in the other direction. Anyway, in order to redeem ourselves, we will be playing a game of What Am I? A description of something apparently will appear on the screen, and we'll have to guess what it is based on the description.
Okay. So play along with us and comment your guesses. So Jamie, are you ready?
I'm never ready for things like these. You might get some more facial expressions today, you know, but hey, we'll work with it. I'm game. Yes, so we're waiting for it. Are you ready? Well, we are ready. We might.
Listen, in my head, I literally feel my brain is this tight because I'm already trying to think ahead. So I have to relax the mind. Relax.
Filled with people, it has not sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on that boat. Why? It's a mirage?
Because they're boat test dummies? I don't know. What am I going to say here?
The boat turned somewhere. The boat changed directions?
Because you were dreaming?
We went snorkeling, Mike, me and Jamie.
And all the people got off and decided to go snorkeling as well?
The boat is now on the horizon, so they're too far out for us to see. Oh my God, who would have guessed that they got married on the boat? These...
Here we go again. Here we go again. All right, yeah, honestly, Hortensia, it's like, Wow. Anyway, we apologize for that brief break in transmission. Apparently, we were ready, but other people weren't ready.
Technology
wasn't ready.
No.
The devices weren't ready, and perhaps it's because we shouldn't redeem ourselves. I don't know.
Hey, we gotta redeem ourselves. We have to bring the creator of this thing down.
You think so? I kind of think that somebody was actually trying to work with us so that they don't get any more footage to prove how terrible we are at these things. But hey, it didn't work out that way, so we are back. And we're gonna
do our best.
So
our
what
utmost
am I?
best.
Let the descriptions roll. Potentially, I think, given my
I
track record,
can
we
fill a room, but I take up no space. What am I? Ear.
Absolutely right.
She got that right. Light. Oh wow.
Light?
I lost. Oh wow. It couldn't be ear too?
I thought it could be. Oh, we've got to press the buttons for
sorry. I lost already. Fair enough.
Oh my gosh, this is just like what? Okay.
What? Light though? Light though? Really?
Alrighty. I have 21 eyes, 6 faces, and no makeup.
Wow.
A runway model at 4 a.m.
You got a buzz.
Oh, sorry.
He got it wrong anyway.
Runway models at 4 a.m.
I was gonna say the illusionist makeup artist from Ellen, because she had eyes and lips all over her face that looked like they could have moved.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
Listen, the intent is to watch me and Jamie crumble by the person that created this, but we are gonna make them look bad. They're going down.
Can we add a third hashtag to that tagline right now? Because I see hashtag Team K, hashtag Team J. How about hashtag no way?
Yes, way. We got this. We got this. We got this. I help you from head to your toe. The more I work, the smaller I grow. Wow. Wow. From head to toe. The more I work, the smaller I grow. Blood? The blood moving through our bodies? Or hair thinning? Our brain? Because we do lose our brain as we get older, most of us. Head to toe, they said.
Oh wait, you waiting for me to buzz?
Yeah, you gotta try too.
Can I abstain? Is that an option?
And not on this one. Not on this one. Wow. Head to toe.
Veins.
You got it? A bar of soap? These aren't worded properly. We're being tricked here.
Wow. I need to talk to the
we
judge.
Don't see. We
chief
don't
judge.
always bathe with soap. We use body wash, huh? How about that?
It's still soap.
Oh man, I tried.
But soap doesn't grow because it's not living.
No, but it
I'll
diminishes.
take it up with the chief judge.
Yes, we will. We will.
Chief judge, wherever you are, which is our viewing public anyway. Yeah, take it up from me. Come on, give me that point.
I wonder if the viewers got that one.
All right, let's go with the clues. This is how terrible. I think we need to change the name of the game to How Terrible. How low can you go?
Oh my gosh.
0-0. We're there right now. We're lucky we're not scoring negative points. I'm usually white and used for cutting and grinding. When I'm damaged, humans usually remove me or fill me. For most animals, I'm a useful tool.
That's gotta be our teeth. But why do I still have 0?
Give it time. You've got one. Give it
Listen,
time.
I'm happy. Remember, we're bringing the creator down.
Really? Is that
yes.
what we're doing?
So we need to move those zeros off of that board.
I thought we were just getting more bloopers or more moments that should be not on air.
Oh my
For them to
god.
humiliate us later.
Oh
All right,
my
let's go with this
god.
I'm a god, a planet, and a measure of heat.
Saturn.
A god, a planet, and a measure of heat.
I got that wrong.
What is Pluto?
What is a thermometer?
You tried that already.
Ah!
I thought
Mercury.
But I said thermometer. Isn't mercury in the thermometer? So then I could have gotten half of a point. I tried my best.
Mercury is not a measure of heat.
This is why we are going to bring that creator down.
Mercury is the element that is used to give you the reading.
Says the physicist. I don't know. I've never done physics, so the physicist said that.
Technically. Who's with me on this one?
We are going to beat up the creator of this game.
What am I? No violence, no violence. It's a non-violent week.
I can never be thrown, but I can be caught. Ways to lose me are always being sought. Wow. I can never be thrown, but I can be caught. So ways to lose me are always being sought.
Feelings?
Remember you gotta buzz in.
Feelings? Anybody catching feelings out there?
But
they're telling me no.
Oh my gosh.
Gee, that's so surprising, guys.
Water.
You can't throw water?
I was so confident with my water. Oh my gosh. A cold. Man. Really? I never. You're gonna get a new meme, and everybody's already seen your meme.
This is a natural look, by the way. This is a look of bewilderment. It's like.
Listen, we are gonna take this creator down. He's tried us today.
I don't think you could possibly go any lower.
I have branches, but no fruit, trunks or leaf. A family tree. Did you see what I just did? I buzzed in. The question. I'm so confused. Isn't it a family tree?
Mind map. That's not the answer that you have, but mind maps do have branches.
So it's not even a family tree? A bank? Oh no! I wasn't ready. No.
Are you ever ready, Cortez? This is like hashtag never ready.
Oh my god, this is rough.
Wow.
A seed with 3 letters in my name, take away 2, and I still sound the same. What? A seed? With 3 letters in my name? A seed? What kind of seed is that? Seed. 3 letters. Nut? Ut? King Tut? I don't know. A seed, they say, right?
Yep.
With 3 letters. No,
Okay,
man.
guys, I concede already. I concede already that I am terrible at playing What Am I? But I also concede that we need to change the name of this game.
To what?
Things never to be played on television. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. What is the name? What is the seed with 3 names?
I have no idea.
Still you remove one.
You make a guess, Cortezia. Please make a guess, because I have no idea.
No.
I've given my looks already. I think I've exhausted those looks.
No, I'm gonna increase the blooper reel. Oh my gosh. Whew. How can you take away P? Oh my god.
You take away the last 2 letters.
And it's still P.
Mm.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are we there yet?
We
are there. Well, yes, we are there. Cortezia, congratulations.
Oh my gosh. I don't even feel like I won this one, but hey, thanks for the win.
You did.
I still took well, I didn't get to take him down.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
I'll meet him outside.
It is what it is. You have been watching What Am I? It's going to go down in history, and we're going to be back after this. Stay tuned.
is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
On July 7th, a 12-member volleyball team departed St. Kitts for Antigua and Barbuda to take part in the Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association Championship. They returned to the Federation yesterday, and we have with us Coach Rick Swan to tell us what happened. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Coach Swan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
You are certainly welcome. It's our pleasure indeed. For those non-sports persons out there, Coach, please explain how the volleyball tournament is played and how it is decided which teams come up against each other.
So the teams, there are 9 countries represented. So the teams are ranked 1 through 9 based on previous results, which was a little off because of the pandemic and not being able to play the last few years. And so some of the last tournament didn't have all the teams represented. Okay. So you kind of going in not really knowing exactly how the rankings are gonna fall. But they had 2 pools. They had one pool of 5 teams and one pool of 4 teams. Okay. We were in a 5-team pool. And so we played the other 4 teams in our pool, and then the team of 4 played themselves. And from that, you came out seeded from each pool, and you played a cross bracket to the teams from the other pool.
Okay.
All right. So, well, first of all, we're glad to have you back. Secondly, I was joking with you earlier that you made it to work, and two of our guys that traveled with you did not. So, guys, I'm going to forever hound you on this because they were part of your team.
Yes.
That being said, who were we competing against in the first round?
So the first round, we opened up and played Grenada, who was a strong team, and that was our first match. Internationally, for some of these players, it was the first time they've ever played any type of organized international competition. And we lost to them in 3, but I felt we played very competitive.
Good stuff.
And the guys fought hard and did well. The next match was against Angola, and we came out and got a victory against them, which was exciting, and for them to get their first victory and the hard work that they had put in, got it paid off with that. Came back and played Bermuda, and that was our second match of the day. And we didn't have that fire in that match and struggled a little bit. Our consistency wasn't there. And then turned around the next morning and played Antigua and Bermuda. We won the first set against them, and that was the team that won the championship.
Yes.
And so to be able to compete against them at that level and push them a little bit and make them have to really play their best to beat us, that was fun. So we won the first set, lost the next 3, and then had to turn around and come back a few hours later and play Dominica and beat them in a 5-set marathon, which was very exciting. I think our players were running on fumes at that point. It was our 4th match in about 26-7 hours. So and they left everything. They emptied their tanks and gave it everything they had, and we pulled it out in a 5-set thriller. So ended up going 2-3 in the tournament. Finished 7th. I think we would like to. The optimist in me says, hey, we would have liked to have done better and finished higher, but I think the realist says, these are young guys that, it was their first time for most of them getting this competition at this level. It was a great learning experience for them. So, yeah, I was pretty excited the way things went.
So congratulations, first of all, on everything that you would have accomplished. How many matches do you play in a day?
Typically you play 2 matches a day or 1 match a day. We were kind of scheduled to play 1 match a day, and then one day we were going to play 2, but the schedule changed right before we left here on Wednesday. We were supposed to play a Wednesday night match. That match got moved to Saturday. So we didn't play Wednesday and ended up playing 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
All right, so I'm curious to know, obviously you said this was the first time some of the players were competing internationally. In terms of the preparation, both mental and physical, going into this match, what was that preparation like, and do you think you could have ever adequately prepared them for that?
That's probably the most difficult challenge that we face. You can't, it's really hard to prepare to say, hey, you're going to play 5 matches in the next 3 days, and so trying to prepare that and play against competition at that level is really difficult. But I think the great part about it is now the players get an understanding of, wow, this is what it's going to take, and we need to do. We need to change some of the things that we do as players to prepare to make ourselves stronger, more fit, ready for that type of, and it's kind of like running a marathon. You get there and all of a sudden here's the marathon, and so I think it was good for them to see that experience, but it's hard to replicate that exact experience until you get in there and can do it, weekend after weekend after weekend.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me, because not having that exposure, of course, you can tell them, and you can train them for
Yes.
it. But when they get there and they realize, well, this is what I have to compete against, then that's a whole learning experience that
Yes.
now they have. So the next time that they go out, they'll probably be able to tap into that a little more.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So who scored the most points for St. Kitts and Nevis, and who was the most valiant player of all?
Well, I think our top scorer was Azil Bell.
Okay.
And he did some amazing things on the court. Finished tied for 4th in the tournament with as a top attacker. Zende Richards was also one of our top players, and Naj Hendrickson was another top player, and they competed and they could play, I think, at that level against some of the top players in the tournament.
Yes.
And kind of the core of the team as we move forward and continue to grow and learn, and excited to see what they're going to be able to do down the road.
I can feel your excitement because I'm just thinking, okay, obviously when it comes to competing internationally, as you said again, some of them were quote unquote newbies. They get that experience. We're talking about the training. Is there a long-term plan for the sport and its development here in St. Kitts and Nevis that would see us producing athletes at that level?
Definitely. And that's kind of one of the goals of me being here as a coach, to start with the grassroots and develop volleyball and get it more exposure to it, to let youngsters understand it. There's an opportunity for you to be part of a team, to travel and play internationally. We'd love to see teams compete, and not only on the indoor side of the game, but also on the beach side of the game. And as we've talked before with St. Clair Hodge and Sean Seabrooks, who've qualified for the Commonwealth Games on the beach side of things, and they'll be competing in that at the end of July here in England. And so, yeah, it's getting that word out that there's some really cool opportunities that you can experience as a volleyball player and being part of the team.
All right, I'm glad that you're here to do that, and we'll continue this discussion in a moment. Stay tuned, everyone.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
For dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
We continue our discussion with Rick Swan, volleyball coach. So I want to know, Antigua won overall.
Correct.
St. Lucia got second.
Correct.
St. Martin got third.
Correct.
I have a friend in Antigua, so I was following it very closely. Do you think Antigua had the home advantage?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Definitely.
Because they know the court, they practice on that court all the time. Okay.
And they have the home fans. You know, the place was loud, and it was a great environment for volleyball. Exciting to watch, and having that home court advantage can be a big bonus.
There was a lady there from St. Lucia. She was just running all around.
Yes.
I was.
She was getting that crowd fired up for sure.
All right, so imagine what we can do when we talk about the tournament that's going to be here, correct? Well, they're playing in England, but when we have matches that are here, I imagine,
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the team and its composition. How many of them have played together before, and potentially how often did they practice, and/or were they part of your youth program as well?
Well, played together before. I think there's maybe 5 of them had played together before in a youth international competition, and then our 2 senior players had played together before. But other than that, it was a totally new team. We had our youngest was 17 years old, our oldest was 45. But for the most part, it was all very young players, because we went 40, 45, 40, and then 21 and under. So a very youth-laden team.
All right, well, that's good to know. There's still hope for Cortensi and me, I imagine. We're not at 45 yet, so you never know. We have 5 years to practice. We'll see. We never know.
Oh my God.
All right. So Adrian Constant of the Daddy Strikers, in his remarks to the press, recalls a match from 2016. And have any members of our team been playing as long?
Just the 2.
Just the 2.
Yeah.
Wow. How challenging was that, or rather, how fun was that? For you to watch that dynamic of new players coming together, having to learn to work as a team?
It was exciting to see them grow up on the court, in the process of 3 days. And not knowing really what to expect. When we got there, and as a coach who's only been working with them for a few months, it was very entertaining in one aspect. But to watch them just progress, really moment by moment, was something that I'll remember for a long time. And as they learn and they become more consistent in what they're doing on the court, there's a lot of promise down the road for what's going to happen with St. Kitts volleyball.
I'm glad to hear that.
So with that said, what's next for the team?
Rest. For sure. We're going to focus a lot on beach over the next couple months, and try to get the players to play as much beach as possible, which will, there's definitely a different game than indoor, but beach will also let you work on different skills and ball control that you really need in the indoor game. So we do have some opportunities on the beach side for some of these young players to travel and go play some beach events, international events. So we'll focus on that, and then also continue to play and train indoor. We're looking at doing some competitions here on the island at the Dome, and put together some leagues where they can get some experience playing against each other at times. So we'll do that starting in September.
Okay. You mentioned beach. Beach, you're playing beach volleyball, you're fighting with the sand. How does that help when you're on the smooth floor?
It's a lot easier to jump on the smooth floor, and you can jump higher.
Yes.
But when you're playing beach, you have to deal with a lot of outside elements. You have the sun, you have the wind, and there's a lot of wind here on the beach.
Yeah.
And then, you do have the sand, which is
the instability of it.
Yes, instability of the movement. So you have to deal with that. So when you actually training on the sand, you deal with that. Then you go indoor, and it's a lot easier because you don't have those outside things that are taking place.
So you get the endurance outside to bring that inside.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Correct.
All right, looks like you might have an assistant coach. All right.
I'm practicing.
All right, I'm curious now, because obviously you're talking about developing the sport. Is there room for younger athletes or people who are interested to benefit from your coaching? And if so, are there training camps or any sessions that you want to let the public know about?
Yeah, the sports department actually this week is having a camp out at the Dome this morning, going on right now. It's a kind of a golf and volleyball camp. It's taking place from 8:30 to 12. And then we also do clinics, which they're getting ready to end right now, but next September and October we'll start youth clinics that we'll have at the Dome. Usually those are on Saturdays, but we're looking also maybe doing some stuff during the week. And so if anybody's interested, they can go and contact the St. Kitts Amateur Volleyball Association website, Facebook page, and reach out, and we can keep them informed of activities that are taking place so that they can come and start training with us.
All right, it's that easy.
That easy?
Absolutely.
So are we going?
Yeah.
That easy, guys.
And then we're, like I said, we're going to mention some leagues, and plans are in the work to start a high school league this fall, so that we can get more exposure at the high school level as well.
Oh, that's great. I love the way that you're thinking about this and the execution. Awesome. Coach, thank you so much for coming by. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And
my pleasure.
Yeah. Next time, maybe we ought to come to you. We said that the last time, and we still haven't been there. I'm putting it out there because you have two of our camera guys with you anyway on the team. So all we need to do, you have the guys there, we just need to take the
We need
camera.
to dress up and just go.
So maybe we can do that.
Correct.
Can we do that, guys?
Or we can do it on the beach.
Yeah, hey,
Right?
that's even better.
Go to the beach.
That's even better. So you never know. We might be coming
Beach
to you
is
from the
harder,
beach
whoa.
soon enough.
Okay, I'll be
Thank
ready
you,
for the beach.
Coach. Looking forward to the next time that we talk and, yeah, we see Cretensia hit the ball. We'll be back in a moment, everyone. Stay tuned.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Consuming excess salt can lead to heart attack, high blood pressure, and even stroke, and other health-related conditions such as kidney disease.
cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
All right, so it is time to let you know what is happening. Yeah, it's what's happening. So we have got Anima Hurricane. I say that again, Anima Hurricane. The National Emergency Management Agency, better known as NEMA, will be hosting its first ever hurricane.
Yes.
Wow.
Motorcade, but a hurricane.
Well, you know what? Well, that makes sense. Yeah. We don't have twisters here that wrap the cars up in it. So that, yeah. This event is an island-wide drive-through to help spread awareness for hurricane preparedness. There will be whistle stops as well as introductions of volunteers and district managers. So NEMA's Hurricane will take place on Saturday, July 16th and begins at 11 a.m. The starting point is at the NEMA headquarters, which is located in Limekiln, Bastille. For more information, contact 465-5100. Again, that's 465-5100 and take part in the hurricane.
So we're not hurrying for the motorcade, but we are hurrying for the hurricane.
That is so interesting. Please don't leave any destruction in your wake, okay? Hurricane.
Pottery workshop. Starting today, the Potter's House will be hosting a children's summer program. Students will learn pottery over a 6-week period. They will learn hand building and wheel-thrown pottery, techniques, decorating, and glazing. Classes will be 3 hours in duration. Students can choose to do 1 class per week at $65 or 2 classes per week at $110. Or they can decide to attend twice weekly for a 4-week period at EC 400. So that's very good. I would have taken the last option. So for more information, contact the Potter's House at 662-5545. Once again, contact the Potter's House at 662-5545 to find out more about this.
You know, I ran into Carla a couple of weeks ago and she was like, when are you guys coming by? Because she invited us when she was here, so maybe we might. You never know.
We need to take our cameras and go.
All right, here we go. Paint and Party. This Thursday, July 14th, there will be a paint and party event hosted by Miss Sue at the Royal St. Kitts Hotel. We gotta love Miss Sue as well.
Only Miss Sue.
We'll paint our national flower, the flamboyant, starting at 6 p.m. The session fee is $80, which covers all art supplies, the step-by-step instruction, and your first beverage. Message Miss Sue via her Facebook page, and that is Paint and Party with Miss Sue. That's the Facebook page. And reserve your space today. All right, so there we go. And with that, we are about to say goodbye, but before we do, we always like to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us for another edition of Good Morning SKN. And we want to remind you to follow us on our social media platforms. So we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and the handle is Studio327INC. So tag us, like, subscribe, follow, share. That's at Studio327INC.
Yes, and remember to leave us a comment and let us know what you would like to see next here on Good Morning SKN, where there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And this is where I ask you, I compel you, I tell you that you won't be able to get the content if you don't tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Have a great day, guys. Remember to chase your dreams. Don't sleep with them.
All right, bye, guys. Have a good one.